Day 4 of 49ers training camp is in the books. Here's who stood out. Keep in mind, third-string defensive lineman Teron Jackson seemed to injure his neck and left the field on a stretcher. So keep him in your prayers. The Niners say he's okay. He's going to Stanford Hospital for more testing. The good wide receiver, Ricky Pearsall. He practiced for the first time all offseason after suffering a bad hamstring injury before OTAs even started during phase 1. And he looked healthy. He looked good. He caught a couple of passes, caught one behind the line of scrimmage, caught one over the middle. Brock Purdy clearly trusts him, and he's clearly a dynamic athlete when healthy. That's the big phrase for him. Can he stay healthy? Can he stack days? That's another phrase that you only hear in football, stacking days. He stacked one. Wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, he's out there every day. He's engaged. He acts like a coach. For a while, it seemed like he was disengaged and didn't want to be there, but he really does. It's good to see because he's the leader of the wide receiver unit, not Jauan Jennings. Deebo Samuel's gone. They're paying him to be, to care, and it seems like he really does. So hats off to Brandon. Defensive tackle Mikel Williams. Yes, defensive tackle. As a defensive end, I haven't seen him do much yet other than set hard edges. But as a defensive tackle on third down, he's giving Dominic Puni a lot of problems, and it seems like as a result, the Niners are, what's the word? Taking their protection and sliding it. Sliding was the verb I was looking for. Sliding their protection towards Mikel Williams. Dominic Puni's having a tough time with him one-on-one. So in this practice, Mikel Williams beat Puni during 11-on-11s and sacked Brock Purdy. He didn't actually touch him, but would have been there for the sack. So stock up for Mikel Williams. I'm still curious to see if he's an edge rusher, but he's definitely a good interior rusher. Quarterback Brock Purdy, 7 for 11 today, had a touchdown in the red zone, a nice throw to Isaac Guerrero on a Texas route. Purdy didn't get the luxury of playing with Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey today. Those two had the day off, so we didn't see Super Brock. It was Clark Kent Brock, understated Brock, which is still a good Brock. His big play of the day, or his big opportunity for a big play, was a deep pass down the middle to Equanimous St. Brown, who was open on a post, but Brock just overthrew him with a flat deep ball, which we've seen Brock do before. The deep ball isn't a weakness of his, but it's definitely not the biggest strength of his game. It's the one area where Mac Jones has a little bit of an edge on the deep ball. Speaking of Mac Jones, he was in the good section as well. He was 6 for 8 today, didn't turn the ball over. Ball's coming out on time. His release isn't that fast. His feet are pretty slow, but he's got a good arm, and he's accurate, and he's got touch. So I have a feeling the Niners are going to need him to play at some point this year, maybe for a quarter, maybe for a month. I don't know, but he's important, and I do think he's a lot better than Brandon. Now I think they can win with Mac Jones. Isaac Guerrero, as I mentioned, he had that really nice touchdown catch in the red zone, running that beautiful Texas route where it looks like he's running out to the sideline and cuts it back over the middle. That's the kind of route that Christian McCaffrey runs all the time. Roger Craig used to run it. I do think with Guerrero, that's his best attribute, his ability to run routes from the backfield. He's very, very good at it, and there's no linebacker fast enough to keep up with him. So that's something to keep an eye on. Running back Corey Kiner, he's also a good receiver. He made like a 30-yard catch downfield over, behind Robert Beal Jr., who's not going to make the team. Don't know why he was downfield, but really nice catch from Corey Kiner, who is really competing with Patrick Taylor Jr. to make the team as the last running back. And right now it looks like Corey Kiner might be better. He's very elusive. He has like very drastic jump cuts and a spin move, and he's a good receiver. So keep an eye on Corey Kiner. If he has a good preseason, they might not have a choice but to put him on the team. And then finally, cornerback Jacob Robinson. He was on the good section yesterday. Today, he broke up a potential touchdown pass intended for Ricky Pearsall in the end zone. This was a red zone drill. Jacob Robinson was playing left cornerback one-on-one against last year's first-round pick and broke up the pass. Keep in mind, Jacob Robinson went to high school and college with Puka Nacua, same age. They won state titles together. Check that out. Premium competitor, good player. The not so good wide receiver Jauan Jennings. He's not holding in or out, but he wants a contract extension. And I was thinking he might get one tomorrow or the next day, but he left today's practice with a calf injury. He re-aggravated it. He had this same calf injury in OTAs. And, when the Niners call something a calf injury, I'm always curious because they've called Achilles injuries calf injuries before. See McCaffrey, Christian. So definitely something to monitor. My heart goes out to Jauan Jennings. He deserves a contract extension. He's one of the most underpaid players on the team. And if he were to injure his calf and or Achilles right before he was going to put pen to paper, that's exactly why you hold in. That's why you hold in, Jauan. And I think a lot of people gave you credit for not doing that and not causing drama, but sometimes you got to look out for yourself. And teams don't care. If this calf injury is serious, guess what they're going to do to your contract extension? Rip it up. That's life. So maybe there's a lesson here. Hopefully it's not a big deal. Cornerback Renardo Green, he's out with a hamstring injury. Suffered it 2 days ago. Kyle Shanahan talked about it today. They're hoping to get him back during Raiders week in a few weeks. So hamstring injury, 3 weeks. They need this guy to be really good this year. He's replacing Trevarius Ward, and now he's going to miss most of training camp. He'll be there for week 1 unless he suffers a setback, but not what you want to see. That being said, it opens a door for other cornerbacks to step up. Now we're seeing Upton Stout, the rookie, get all the reps with the starters at nickelback, and he's seeming pretty confident. And then outside, it's Trey Brown, who's having a pretty good camp for a vet who's not getting paid very much. Finally, kicker Jake Moody. He missed a 54-yard field goal short and wide left. In the past, he had a really strong leg. Yesterday, 2 days ago, he talked about changing up his kicking form, and has more of an abbreviated approach to the ball. I guess he's taking one fewer step, and the idea is less power, more accuracy. Well, certainly less power, but I don't know if the accuracy is there either. I really don't know what to tell you about the kicker situation here. Greg Joseph didn't miss any kicks today. There's that.